Hello and welcome to Universal Love Law. I just want to make a video for everybody regarding how to forgive, let go of revenge on a spiritual level. And I know I said I was gonna work on. I know for a specific subscriber, I said I was gonna speak on twin flames and how you can have more than one twin flame. I mean, like from my perspective, I believe that it's all energy. So, but in like where you are on your journey, like, and there's multiple people that are, at a high frequency that are compatible, you're compatible with. And so it's all energy when it comes to the twin flame. Based on my perspective, I'll get into that video, but I really was feeling called to do this video about learning to forgive someone else and let go um on a spiritual level. And that's because I feel like people do not really do it. I think people say it and they don't mean it. And even if they do mean it in that moments of time when they say, I forgive that person, like they don't really realize that in order to truly forgive someone, one must go within and revisit the situation and look at every person that was involved as their lower self in that situation, not making the best possible decision that they could have, including yourself. You got to look at every player involved, including yourself, the actions that they did, take that caused the separation or caused the fallout or caused re- um the revenge desire to want to get even, an eye for an eye energy. It's a spectrum. It could be from like someone you just falling out with someone that you automatically are gonna get back into like cahoots with, like a friend, best friend, or like a family member. But when it comes to extreme, severe like fallouts that cause like mental turmoil, sleepless nights, anger, frustration, emotional burden, emotional wounds, them are very deep cuts, in ourselves. It's like we get hit with a reality check that nobody's perfect, you know what I mean? And nobody is like exempt from not falling out of line in our life. Nobody's exempt. Ultimately, when we reach our highest point of spiritual enlightenment in the physical 3D vessels, in these fleshes, and our mental can ascend to higher realms of reality, we do realize that we have to be detached from all people, places, and things in order to really truly see life for what it's worth and understand the mysteries and wonders of the world and unlock certain aspects of ourselves and chakras and downloads information, all of these things. But yeah, like when it comes to forgiving a person, like it really works in extremes. Like there's the extreme version of forgiveness, and then there's a level of yourself that is, you know, it's somebody damn well y'all gonna get back together. It's just gonna take some time. Now, ultimately, when it comes to these situations, it really does require time being put out to the side to acknowledge it. This is why people have therapy, but I don't think that everybody needs therapy or can afford therapy. I don't think that everybody needs that, because ultimately, when you go within and begin to ask those questions for yourself, you become your own therapist and you really get tapped into your higher self. So, this is why I say this is on a spiritual level, because all the answers is within, like, and what you seek is seeking you. When the student is ready, the teacher shall appear. So when you're ready to get the answers regarding forgiving someone or letting go of some type of revenge or something, like, the energy, it will come to you. And if you holding on to something that you don't realize that you are from your childhood, some people are holding on to things that happened in their childhood that they totally forgot, and it has affected their personality to this day. You know what I'm saying? And you really gotta work on your shadow self, man. Like, for real. Like, you really gotta go within transform and transmute that energy. I'm going to tell you how. But before I do that, I'm going to let you know you got to do your shadow work. You got to accept the lower parts of yourself so you can dominate it. You know, me personally, I accept the lower aspects of myself, from sexuality, from things that I've done that I'm not proud of, but I did it for a reason. I analyzed why I did it. You know what I'm saying? I accepted my lower self in that moment of time. I accepted that I didn't know any better, and I forgave my younger self. And this is the whole act of forgiveness. It really requires to that, for one, you are ready, because some people are so um stuck in a sense of, entitlement, or they were never wrong, blaming. Like, some people love to blame, you know what I'm saying? And you did this, you did that, you know what I'm saying? But ultimately, no. Everybody plays a part. You heard the old saying, it's your side, their side, and the truth. That's in its totality, for real, for real. Like, it's always a part and role you play, from the victim to the victimizers, from the bullies to the ones who get bullied. I always say this because you play a role. If you're getting bullied or something like that, that means that the lesson for you is to stand up for yourself, even if blood needs to be shed. Like, it gets to that extreme. You know what I mean? Or, if you, it's levels to things. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm being very particular when I talk about. I don't want this to just be no generic ass information. Like, you gotta go within. You gotta light some candles. You gotta da 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 da. Like, I gotta give it to you guys straight up and down, like what it is, like, and how you really do that. And really, it requires solitude. Like, some people are forced in a space of solitude to be stuck with only their mind. And that happened to me, like, a lot of times in my life, where I wasn't around anyone, including my seeds. So, and this is where it goes into learning to let go of all people, places, and things. Because when you reach a higher enlightenment, you don't need anything to validate you. To The reason why people don't forgive is because they're looking for validation. They're looking to be told right. They're looking for somebody to blame. They're stuck in their vices. They're stuck in their lower self, and they don't want to see the light. They don't want to see the truth. And that's the truth about when people just have a hard time. If that's you, I want you to know that has been me. It has been me. It has been me. And so we don't always have to reach out to the person and say, I did my work. I did my work on myself. So I just want to let you know, like, how you feel about the fuck that. Your journey, your path, your growth is on you. So you don't need that person that you fell out with to be a part of your deliverance or your connection back to your to your enlightenment. You know what I'm saying? To get back to that space of completion and totality, like the way we are born into this world. We have to right our wrongs, the wrongs that we commit in our lifetime, and that's doing shadow work, for real. Like, I did a video on shadow work, but I don't think it was, like this, when it comes to specifically working on forgiving one. So when it comes to forgiving one on an extreme level, like, let's say someone betrayed your trust, someone physically, emotionally abused you, someone set you up or deceived you. This type of stuff happens, like, for real. People really get set up. I know what it feels like to get set up. I'm not going to go into detail on my channel, because my channel really ain't all about me. It's about everybody, reaching enlightenment. But, I will share stories here and there, but I'm not going to get in depth about the deception that I really was set up, like, by some weird birds that really have to go through their transformations in life because they fucked with the wrong one. And that's the thing, too. I got to speak on this because people don't know this, but when it comes to spirituality and it comes to a deeper level of things, I know we overuse this word so much, but you guys, follow me, you know what I'm saying. Like, when it comes to the metaphysical realm, this realm, and the other realm, the other realms, the unseen realms, you got to understand that as above, so below. Just like it's war down here, retaliation down here, that's what gets your respect, and that's what gets you to, like, even, it don't matter who you are in life. If you are, like, completely into, like, computers and building, like, systems, all type of shit like that, no experience, like, where you really being around sharks and snakes and shit. Like, even they are even in that world. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what a person does, where a person work, it's always gonna be some snaky something experience around you. And you gotta understand higher realms, it's an eye for an eye. It has to be equal or lesser value of what that person infringed upon you. So if someone has done you wrong, you have to, I mean, you have every right. It's a cosmic law that you have every right to get even. And you will be protected if you set yourself up to be protected. You know what I'm saying? With your spirit guides, your ancestors, and you know what I'm saying, doing your work, But like when it comes to be having an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, you do me, I got every right. If I want to do it in the physical 3D, or if I want to conjure up some energy for you to receive your karma faster, I could write a whole petition. This is the thing, like, that's why I'm saying, like, yeah, it's levels to this, but you truly have not. The thing is no judgment in the higher realms. So, if you get even, you could say, okay, I forgive this person now. I feel like they learned their lesson from fucking with me. Because some things you have to get right and you have to get even. You have to stand up for yourself. Some people get so like taken advantage of that they literally come back into a lifetime where they have to stand up for themselves. If not, you will be pushed and forced into experiences where you use your no. You may be born into a family that teaches you it's okay to say no. You don't got to eat that if you don't like that. Like, some people, they know it's taken from them. A lot of people, as a child, don't tell me no. Like, if your child don't like something, oh, you don't like that? Okay, I see. It's levels. You gotta respect your parents as childs, but I'm saying your child's know is important. What they like, dislike, and it defines who they are. And when their no is respected, they learn to respect other people's no's. You know what I'm saying? It's like, treat others how you want to be treated. Unless a person abuses their power, but that mean that they're not being taught right. But ultimately, like when they go back to the whole shindig about, forgiving another person when it comes to the wrong that they may have done to you, it really requires you to. This is why I'm gonna get a little um woo woo, but you really need to create a space to work on that aspect of yourself, that shadow aspect of yourself. And like, I'm big on, you don't gotta be a follower, you ain't gotta be like everybody else to be spiritual. Like, as long as you are being true to yourself, then that is your truth, and nobody could tell you you are wrong. Like, nobody, you know what I'm saying? As long as it's virtuous, as long as it is truth, like it's really in your divinity to act the way you are acting, and nobody could tell you the way you live and the way you acting is wrong, period. Like, you know what I'm saying? And if you are doing wrong, the universe gonna check you anyways. You're gonna see, oh, this is wrong. But I say, create a space. Everybody does that different. The older one gets when they practice spirituality long enough in secrecy, they do behind closed doors create a space with candles, you know what I'm saying, setting the mode, certain incense, crystals that you may or may not have activated, because a lot of people don't know that crystals have to be activated. You have to charge them, all of those things. They're living organisms as well, from elemental family. So in the end of the day, you got to understand that when you create a space to really work on the shadow aspect of yourself, it has to be everything you need to forgive yourself about or forgive others about. And always note that whatever it is that caused you to do the things in the past that make you have a preconceived notion of yourself, or insecurity about yourself, or anger, tick about you that didn't never belong to you, it always relates to your younger self. And you always have to forgive and acknowledge that that was your younger self. And any parties involved, that was their younger self. So I have to truly and wholeheartedly forgive this person. I'm going to truly and wholeheartedly forgive this person because I see they know not what they do. And if they did know what they do, I know that I will wish mercy on their soul, because I am not one to be fucked with. Like, you got to understand how powerful you are and start speaking that into existence. So if you're really dealing with a real evil, toxic person, no, their day will come. You know, all dogs have their day. You know what I'm saying? All dogs have their day. Trust and believe me, I done seen it time and time again. You know what I'm saying? Well, nobody should be wishing. This is the thing. No, you shouldn't be wishing on nobody's downfall, because that just puts you in a victim state of mind. I'm a victim. They deserve they get, they deserve to get their punishment for what they did to me. Don't ever accept no victimhood. Accept that, this person made decisions and choices that were childlike, or accept that I crossed paths with the wrong person because of where I was vibrating. Apparently, I was vibrating on a level or a consciousness that attracted this type of energy in my life. So now I know who and who not to deal with. Now I know what is okay and what is not okay, because I have a gut feeling. I know to walk. If it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, it's a duck. I know people. I know energy. I know frequencies. I've had experiences with negative people enough to know now, if I knew better, I do better. Now I know better, so it's no way it will be done ever again. And this is what real shadow work is. When you really go within, like, this is how you forgive and let go. And this don't happen, especially, it depends on how deep the wound is. If you got cut real deep and you got hurt real deep, it's gonna require many sessions of this. You know what I'm saying? Many sessions of this. Like, where you just take the time out, create a space with intention to go within and release all the things that you cannot control. Acknowledge what a person did to you and how it made you to this day, and release that, and no longer hold on to that, knowing that that is not who I am, that is not who I wish to be, or who I wish to identify myself with. And this is an everyday thing. Like, everybody that has wronged us, everybody that they play a major part in our soul contract and why we came here today. And so this topic of forgiveness and letting go of revenge, it goes deep, because there is levels. There's a yin and yang to this, because there is an aspect of you that deserves, it's an eye for an eye to some people. Some people could turn the other cheek when they're really either passive or they're really advanced on a soul level and know, like, this person gonna get that right back. I'm not even worried, but I know I still gotta do work on myself. And I think this is more so the case. I think that there's certain type of people. I think it's people in the world that are like completely passive and always get ran over and always and really need to have a strong backbone. You know what I'm saying? And then I feel like it's those people in life that always get themselves in situations that cause them to get burned or scarred. Even if they do have the game or understand how life is, they always testing a person like, I want to see if they gonna hurt me. You already know they gonna hurt you. Stop getting so close to people. You already know better. So why are you doing this? Like, some people set themselves up for failure. I really see that. Like, I don't know what type of mindset that is. It's, you know what I'm saying? And then there's those people that are highly advanced type of people, and they are fully truly aware of forgiveness, and they need to forgive a person, and they might say they forgive a person, but they don't do the shadow work to where it festers up, even though they know that person gonna get their karma. 10 years later, they still crying about the shit. Like, why are you crying about the shit? You said you forgave them 10 years ago, because you really didn't handle that. You know what I'm saying? And then there's those people who, just believe in an eye for an eye, and they have a lack of remorse in their consciousness. Like, everything is consciousness and awareness and frequency and energy. And some people have an energy signature about themselves where their consciousness will not allow them to feel weakness. And if they literally do not get even in the physical 3D, like if they don't move their avatar to make some shit happen and make some shit shake, they will feel weak. And they feel like, they want to show that person a message. And so it is levels to forgiveness, is levels to, learning how to let go of revenge. It is levels, because everybody is very different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's very different. You got to know where you are on the spectrum and understand how you deal with forgiving others. Do you truly forgive people, or do you just say it? You know what I'm saying? Or do you hold revenges and want to get even one day One day you gonna have your day. Or are you a passive person that just gets ran over and always wondering why me? you know, it's like you got to understand where you are on the spectrum. And the goal is ultimately to become a person who is aware, fully capable, and fully aware of doing shadow work, realizing when you see yourself drifting out of your higher self. If you are on your spiritual path and you are really growing into a higher vibration mentally, physically, spiritually, on every level, meaning you have your no, there's certain things you will and will not do. It's certain things that you will not expose yourself to. It's certain connections you're making in the spirit realm. You're tapped into certain things. You're trying to bring forth your creative for its energy, to bring forth things to the world, which is your sole purpose. When you're in that space, you know, the ultimate goal is to become a person who always checks your lower self, because you dominate that aspect of self. So nobody, no thing, nothing has power over you, not even yourself, because you already did your work. You already forgave your lower self, your younger self, they younger self, they evil self. You already really did the work. You created a space to really review what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't waiting until you die to do that type of shit. You doing it in the physical. You doing what we do in the spiritual, in the physical. This is metaphysical work, when you can literally remote view into your past and see and relive the shit as if it happened all over again and work on that aspect. That is powerful. That's metaphysical. That's quantum. So that means that you are literally in a space. You could recreate the whole situation and scenario. This is like time travel. You feel what I'm saying? You rewrite your scripts. You learn what was meant to be learned. I know I'm getting philosophical, but yeah, ultimately, I believe this is a great way to learn how to forgive yourself, forgive others, and let go of revenge. But let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Thank you. Peace.